Hey guys, we are in Williamsburg, Virginia, and now we are at Colonial Williamsburg. This is a shot of the Colonial Palace. This is the governor's palace, I guess you would call it, or where the president of the colonies would be staying. And look who's in the shot.
Good morning, guys. You saw me photobomb the shot a while ago, but we're just out and about this morning enjoying Colonial Williamsburg. Sunshine. It's a beautiful day here in Williamsburg, Virginia, and we always like to come down here. We come several times a year. It's beautiful in the fall when the leaves are changing. You really get a just beautiful array of colors. So we come whenever we can and just enjoy and hang out. And glad to have you with us this morning.
Guys, this is an example of what happens here at Williamsburg. As you can see, this is a horse-drawn carriage. And it looks just like it did circa when Williamsburg was at its finest. Colonial Williamsburg. The one thing about this place that I like is it's in period, or like the day that you come here is life as Williamsburg was on today in May 27th, 17, whatever. I think it was close. As long as it's, they always celebrate up to 1776, which is Independence Day, July 4th. And the reason that's important is because they reenact the days going up to Independence Day. We were here once and George Washington was speaking. There's a lot of just grand history here and a lot of things that I didn't know that happened and was happening during that time period. But it's so cool because it's just not a bunch of buildings. I mean, shortly, hopefully I'll be able to get someone that's in character to speak with me for a minute. It kind of, you get to see, and they're dressed in that way as you just saw the carriage that went by. That's going on all the time here, and that's what makes it so interesting. Every time we've come, we've seen something different, but they do have particular days that things are happening that happened in history. So come along with us, enjoy the sights. Beautiful place. It's free to walk around, so if you've never been here, or if you're coming to the Williamsburg area, check it out. You can park. You have to pay to park. Not that bad, but then you just get to walk around and see history. So this is actually where Colonial or Williamsburg was. If you want to take a tour, you have to pay. So you can go to the Welcome Center, and at the Welcome Center you can find all kinds of information, and also you will be able to pay for the tour to go into the houses and the different attractions that they have. We come here during Christmas and Thanksgiving time, and it's decorated and it is beautiful. And we've been here during the 4th of July, which is awesome because there's so much action going on that everything from drum and bugle corps to the Army is here during that time. A lot of activity is taking place. So come hang out with us for a little while as we show you Colonial Williamsburg. This is tobacco. They're growing tobacco the way they did then. As you can see, it's in rows, but it's actually in mounds. So this is a garden that they planted. They don't do anything around here with machinery. Everything is done by hand, just like they did it during that time period. Now this appears to be a military setup. See the small tents over there for the men, and then you have a big tent here. They're probably a gathering area. But everything is, that's the one thing I like about this place. There's nothing that's there that's out of character, I guess you would say, or nothing that watch this, she's in the way. Lynn. That was funny. Well, here's a good example. They're making bricks over there, or something with bricks, but they're building it, a wall it looks like. And as you can see, there's a guy, he's got hand tools, and he is, I don't know if you can see him, but he's actually got hand tools. It looks like he's making what I know as a mortise and tenon. There's a wood shop. So would you tell me what this area is again, you say?
This is the carpenter's yard.
The carpenter's yard.
And over there is the brick
yard.
yard. They're in the process of moving that from down in a ravine up here where it's more visible.
And what year are we in?
1770.
1770, somewhere leading up to 1776.
Right.
Okay. Cool. It was Virginia Chief Prison. Huh. Right across from the prison is the Capitol building.
Backside.
This is the backside of the Capitol building. Yeah. Now this is called the Duke of Gloucester Street. This is the main thoroughfare, I guess you would call it, the main street that runs through Colonial Williamsburg. And on it are some magnificent houses and pubs and restaurant. Everything is still in period, even though some of the places are private residences. They're still in period. I imagine the people that live there they're not in period, but there are some private residences. But these buildings, they've done a wonderful job of maintaining them over the years. and they keep them in tip-top shape, as you can see. And some of them have the original. I found out some of them have the original foundations. I don't know how. I think there are some original buildings here, some that are that probably still had a lot of the original structural structure to it. Man, that's a beautiful carriage. That is beautiful. And the house is beautiful too. Okay, this is one of the reconstructed houses. It's a Russell house. And it was built originally in 1745. And this is a replica of the marketplace where everybody would come to buy goods. Right now, I'm sure we've seen it where it's just full of people and full of things going on. But I'm pretty sure with, the C word, that kind of slows things down. Let's see what she's doing.
What are you making?
Just a personalized horseshoe.
Personalized horseshoe.
Oh, stamps.
Okay. That's cool.
So that would have been I guess something that somebody would have wanted done years ago.
No, this would have been an absolute waste of a horseshoe.
I guess you're right, because they were more, let's just get the horseshoe on the horse and let's go.
That's cool.
That's 2021 stuff, not 17 whatever stuff.
Exactly.
Is this the armory?
What's that?
Is this the armory?
This is the magazine, so this is where they would store the military stuff. The armory is where they would make this stuff, so that's a block down the street on the right. But if you have tickets to Colonial Williamsburg, you're welcome to come on in.
Okay, the building that's in this shot is the courthouse. And just like any other major city, they had issues. And this is where they came to have trials and settle all kinds of disputes. And I'll show you some of the punishment techniques that they used back then. You saw where the jail was. Now I'll show you where they put people in what they call stocks. Head would go in the middle, both hands would go in the small ones. And here you would sit on that back piece and your feet and your ankles would go through the hole. And you stayed there for as long as your punishment was designated. Probably so everybody can see you and shame you into doing what you should be doing. But this was the courthouse. Look at how they spell John. The John Greenhouse store.
This garden here, it specializes in all sorts of plants and other growable things from the 18th century. So flowers, fruits, vegetables, and things like that. I myself am not the gardener, so I don't know many of them, but we do have gardeners in the back who specialize in all of the plants that you see here. Everything from beautiful flowers to herbs like bay and basils and stuff like that, to we have artichokes have just come into bloom, pawpaw has come into bloom, and soon we're going to get some berries, so we'll see how it goes.
And the techniques that they use are the same techniques that were used during that time period.
Of course. Everything is done by hand, watered by hand, tilling the soil by hand, everything like that. So yeah, everything you see here would have been done exactly like they would have done in the 18th century.
Now I have a question for you.
Okay.
The apparel that you guys wear during this time of year,
Yes.
is it warm or is it?
So yes and no.
Mhm.
Are you hot wearing what you're wearing?
Well, right now in the sun, yes, I am. Yeah,
That would be the same
that
for
would
me.
be the same.
So although I might be wearing about 14 items of clothing,
Wow.
all of my stuff is made out of natural fibers, 100% cotton, 100% linen. It breathes really well, so that's really helpful. And also on top of that, every layer of fabric that I'm wearing is 20 SPF. So I don't sunburn except
Right.
in little tiny patches.
Patches.
My hat covers most of my face.
Mm-hmm.
So I am protected from the sun, as well as the fabrics will cool me down as the day goes on.
So it's comfortable.
Can you hold your foot up so we can see those cute little shoes?
I'm not wearing my buckles right now because I am portraying somebody of real low stature right now. But,
So no buckles meant.
I just couldn't afford them.
Oh.
Right.
But,
So if you saw somebody during that time period that did not have buckles, they probably were not of higher stature.
Exactly.
So to
Well, you
speak.
can tell mostly from the clothing that I'm wearing that I'm not playing anybody of a higher stature because all of my clothing is not fitted. So like this is
Ah.
a one size fits most on everything that I'm wearing, so that means that I would be of lower class. I think the most expensive thing I would be wearing right now is my hat.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow. And I see you have that apron kind of tucked in
Yep. So
to
I
use
tuck-
like pockets?
Exactly. I use it just like a really big pocket. Now we do have a piece that is called the pocket, and that is this piece.
Oh.
So it's like ye old fanny pack.
Yeah.
Because it
Ah.
ties around your waist, and so
That's the origin of the fanny pack
pretty much.
and the sling bag.
Right. So we just wear it around the waist. You can wear one, you can wear two. I usually just carry the one because I usually have this my apron tucked in, so that acts as like a big kangaroo pouch for me. But so you would find these an awful lot of times, like in the 18th century. This is like what your friendship bracelets would be like. You could embroider the front of a pocket and give it to your friends. And then like if you like it, you wear it on the outside. If you don't like it so much, you wear it on the inside. And you're like, no, see, I'm wearing your pocket. You just tuck it in there. Nobody has to know.
Man, that is
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank
You're
you. Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
Although you might be in Colonial Williamsburg, in that direction that I'm pointing right now is William and Mary University. Here is, I guess you would call it more like a, not food court, merchant, because they got several restaurants and all types of stores, souvenirs, different things like that. So this is on one end of Colonial Williamsburg, but in that direction right there is and matter of fact, right across the street is William and Mary University. Well, guys, that's it. We hope you enjoyed this little tour of Colonial Williamsburg, and if you're
If you're ever in this area, make sure you come to Colonial. We've found that Williamsburg is a place where we come and relax. We've been here this week, and we were talking this morning about how relaxing the week had been. I mean, usually you go somewhere and it's like you get there and then before you know it, it's time to go home. But this week has just gone kind of slowly, and that's kind of how we've moved in it in a slower pace, and we have really enjoyed it. It's a place for sightseeing. Williamsburg is a place for shopping. If you're a history buff like Dwayne is, you can find all types of history here. So we highly recommend it if you just want to get away. It's not far from a beach. There's always somewhere to go, something to do.
Yep. So guys, we'll see you on the next video, and hopefully that will be coming out soon. So take care and enjoy life.
Bye-bye.